Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. I have trash on my desk here. This is just a big pile of trash that I have, and I've already sorted through this. I made a post on my community tab yesterday with a weird shaped cardboard thingy, which was like an insert into a box. Like there was a box and then this cardboard thingy was in it, and I don't know what it was from. I don't know where I even got the box. Let me put this stuff aside. I've already picked out some stuff from this big pile. I didn't want you all to have to wait while I pulled some stuff out, because that community tab said to watch to see what I make out of that cardboard thingy. I need another another trash journal for the house, not here at the cabin, but for the house. Hold on a second. Let me turn on this light here. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Anyway, because I've got the big Melitza here, and then I've got the new junk journal that I made last time I was here. This one from what Birdie gave me. And I just finished the big girl at the house, and I'm not doing another big girl right now, but I needed a smaller trash journal for the house, because my other ones that I thought I'd use as trash journals, I'm actually using them more as collage journals and fragment journals and that kind of thing. So from that cardboard thingy, I made this little trash journal. Now it's just the trash, this is just the insert from that box. I decided I would like to make a themed trash journal. So the theme of this one is going to be obviously houses. So every page will be decorated like a house. And I tied this together with the sides, because this one is going to be just trash. Only trash. And the other thing is, I'm going to try and make it look as good as possible. So how good can I make a spread look using just trash? So we'll see. So I will be, in this one, I will be working page by page, most likely. So the ties here on the side, I just used the sides. You can see here, I just cut this side and this side off this apple bag. And that's what I used for these ties here. If you have those big wire things that come around lettuce and stuff, sometimes you could use something like that. Or I was thinking this worked, so I didn't have to go to my plan B. My plan B was to maybe use some of this stuff to see if I could somehow cut this off and use this for the ties. So that was really the plan B, but since plan A actually worked, it was okay. So what I did was I just took that cardboard thingy. It had flaps that were different widths. So I took the narrowest width, which is this here, and I cut those two. There were two flaps that size off, and then I cut the others to match. I cut the other ones down because they were wider. And then all I did to make the house shape, the roof shape here, is I figured out where the middle point was, which is right where that tip was. And then I just drew a straight line from the outside to the tip, and cut it off. And I did that with this front page. And then I just took all the other pieces of cardboard. I used this for my template, and I just traced it on all the other pieces of cardboard and cut them out. So I've got 6 pages. So that's 12 surfaces that will need to be covered, which is fine, because this is going to be a specific journal, like I said, specific in it's house themed, and I want to see how good I can make it look. Like my other trash journals, they're fun and they're colorful and all of that, but a lot of them don't have any real, they're fine in what they are. I'm doing something different here. That's all I can say. So I did pull out some stuff here that I want to use on the front. We'll do the front cover today. And I also have my little box here with little trash things that I pulled out from the bottom of the big bin here. I think I showed that last time I worked on the journal Birdie gave me that I had made that little bits box. It just helps me keep the small things from going to the bottom of the huge bin. Then I don't remember I have them. So I kind of have an idea what I'm going to do here. I've got a cup, a sleeve. I've got this piece of packaging from, oh, this was an ornament, a little donkey ornament. Let me see if I can find him. He's right here. This little donkey ornament here that I got at the Maple Festival. And he came in here. He's colored with alcohol inks. Isn't he cute? And so I got that. And then I've got this little cat here. I cut off that Nutrish package, which was the cat food package, which was around that big bundle of trash I just showed you. This came from that package. And then I've got a spinach wrapper and a flyer from, I think this must be, I don't know, this might be the Co-op. I don't know what it is. I think so. At the Treasure Mountain building and down. Oh no, this came from the farmers market down in Franklin in West Virginia. And then I have this piece of Lodge paper. I've used this in my other journals too. It's just got this really great texture on this side. I'm not going to be using the side that says Lodge. And then of course my little bits and pieces. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to create, and as I create, I'll talk. You can just see what I'm doing. Now, if you want, you can untie it. Maybe I will do that. So let's see how easy that is. I'm just going to go ahead and untie it for the cover, because the cover needs to look really good. I was only going to work to this edge here, but I think I will do the whole thing. These holes were punched just with this. It actually went through corrugated cardboard. But if you can't get through your cardboard, if it's too dense and you can't get through your cardboard, you can always use like a pokey tool or an awl or something to get through there. So I'm just looking at this here. So I want to add some texture. So let's go ahead and use some of this Lodge paper. Oh, I see this is, I guess if I knew it, I forgot it, that this is layered. So let me go ahead, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and attach some of this, excuse me, to this, and then we'll go from there. I don't want to lose that cat because he's kind of the focal point. So let's go ahead and put this down on here. And I think I will, let's see, do I have some of this poster board glue? We'll see if I've got some, if this will come out. So anyway, as you can see, I'm up at the cabin. I did my Monday morning coffee and errands with my girlfriend yesterday. We had a good time. It looks, because it's cloudy here, it's very warm. It's going up into the 60s, but it looks, because it's kind of cloudy, like it could snow. It just kind of has, if you live somewhere where it snows, you know what I'm talking about, when it looks like it's going to snow, but it's way too warm today for that. Now the crazy thing is our weather is going to plummet overnight tonight. Tomorrow's high is only going to be like 32, I think, or something like that. And for the next 3 days, we have chances of snow showers, which is really exciting. So this afternoon, I have got to go out. I don't know if I told you all this. You know, if you watch my channel, you know I have a garden here, the ones that are in the hoop house that the deer decimate. Anyway, so the one that I did some fall planting in, some cool weather crops that I have in, that one I also covered it with chicken wire. But the chicken wire is put together with zip ties, because it's just a makeshift thing. I did not expect the deer to go and gore the hoop house stuff, which they did. And so, all right, so there's that. I've just covered that part here. And I will have to punch through the holes again, but there's going to be more on the front. So until I get everything on, I'm not going to necessarily punch through. So I've got this little thing here, this from that ornament. And what I really want is this inside piece for right now. Of course, I'll keep this little bag because that's like a perfect size for, well, and if I don't use it in this journal, I can always use it in the big Melitza too. So I'll put that aside. Okay, so this this fits absolutely perfectly here. I will have to trim the tops a little bit. See, right there. So let me go ahead and turn this over, and I'm just going to, well, if I hold it in place, I can just cut it. I don't need to measure, because it is still trash, you know, it's not that precious. But anyway, so this afternoon, while it's still warm, before the temperature goes down, I need to get out into my garden, and I need to pick, I have some peas growing, some little peas. Nothing else I planted is growing because I wasn't up here. It's totally my fault. I wasn't up here to water it, the plants when they were little. I had beets and all kinds of lettuces, kale, spinach, radishes, and all of that stuff. And none of that grew because it didn't get enough water. And we had a drought, and it's super hot, you know, hotter than normal. All of that was working against it. So, yeah, so I didn't get to grow that kind of stuff. But for some reason, those harsh conditions were perfect for the peas, because they are absolutely loving life right now, which is wonderful. But I have to now go and take some of the, oh my goodness, I'm trying to get my tape, my sticky tape, my double-sided tape. I have to cut some of the zip ties, get in there, get the peas out, because I think peas are like some other plants that if you don't pick them, they're not going to keep producing. So I'm going to have to go and pick the few peas that are there. And then one of the bigger, a different type of pea plant that's growing. It's full of flowers right now, really beautiful white flowers. But one of them is not on the trellis. I need to push it back so it can get back on the little trellised area where I have them growing. Okay, so this is that double-sided tape, and thanks to Shannon Green, she showed us all that this is the tape that really is the best for attaching plastic things when you're doing trash journaling. She had a great video with using all different testing all different kinds of adhesives on plastics, and the double-sided tape really seemed to work the best. So I'm just carefully pulling this up here. So anyway, so I'm going to do that as soon as I make this video. Probably while this video is uploading, I'm going to be going outside to work in the garden a little bit. This afternoon, I'm going to go hiking with my neighbor. If it doesn't rain, we have a chance of rain, but I think it's going to be a little bit later than when we're going hiking, so that will be good. All right, so I'm not using this side that says hand painted with alcohol inks. I realized I didn't notice before, this other side said rethink, reuse, recycle, re-ink, and made in Virginia. So if I can save some of that, I will save as much as I can of that. So I need to just figure out where I'm putting this spinach back here for no other reason than it's green and it looks kind of like a plant. So I can put the spinach there, and then I'm going to put this there so there's like a window over it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yes, I need to do that first. So let me go ahead and get this on. So, what else have I been up to, or am I going to be up to? Let's see. Oh, this Friday I will be making watch out for Friday, because I'm making a video announcement of something. So you'll want to watch out for that. I can't say any more now, but it's something fun. And then also, I meant to tell you all, I told you in a video, gosh, a couple weeks ago, that something traumatic had happened to me, and I wasn't ready to talk about it. I'm ready to talk about it because it's behind me now. And honestly, I had forgotten. I mean, it's been over for like a week now, so I had forgotten to tell you all. So what the traumatic thing was, I was in a car accident. Now, it wasn't a serious car accident. It was just a fender bender. However, it was my fault. And I have never, ever had an accident before. I've never caused an accident before. I've been hit many, many times by other people. I've never even had a parking ticket. So for me to get in an accident that was my fault, look at this here. It says enjoy, reuse. So I'm going to put that at the top. So this will kind of be a page showing what this journal's all about. If nobody knows, they'll get it by the time they open it up. They'll know it's about reusing stuff. So this one, I think I am going to have to maybe use a pencil too, if I can, if this works on here. Anyway, it was a heavy traffic on the interstate that goes parallel to the road I was taking. And so because there was a big accident, it actually closed the interstate. So everyone jumps off onto the road that I was taking. So it was literally bumper to bumper and creeping along. It was going to take me like forever and a day to get home. Anyway, I wasn't paying attention, and I guess I thought I needed to go. And I went, but the guy in front of me didn't go. And so I bumped into him. I mean, like I said, it was so, I mean, I probably was going maybe 5 miles an hour, if that, or just idling, you know, just what happens when you take your foot off the brake. So anyway, I bumped into him and I was like, ugh. Well, it took us about 15 minutes to creep long enough to go to the first shop that we could get to where we could pull off the road into the parking lot. He was so nice. He was such a nice guy. I was falling apart because, like I said, I've never had an accident. I've never caused an accident, never had a parking ticket, speeding ticket, nothing. So I was kind of falling apart. I mean, I knew what to do, you know, get my insurance card, get his information. We both took pictures of our cars, whatever. Let me tell you something. At 5 miles an hour, you can do some damage to a car. It's amazing. They're made out of plastic anymore. So, you know, a tap is going to make things go all wonky and bent out of shape and everything. But I felt so bad. My thing was, I felt so bad for him because, like I said, I have been hit so many times myself. And it's just such an inconvenience to the person who gets hit because they have to go rent a car, you know, they have to get an appraisal, then go take their car in, then get a rental car, and then have someone drive them to get the rental car. And it's just such a hassle. It's just awful. And I felt so bad for him. Well, it turns out he was a neighbor. He's a neighbor of mine, not like next to me, but he lives in my community where I live, the village where I live. And he was just super nice. Anyway, it turned out that, now I'm just going to be looking, can you see this, what this looks like now? So, you know, I put that Lodge paper underneath it. You totally can't see it. So that was a total waste of time because I realize now that that's all been covered up. But, you know, sometimes that happens and that's okay. You know, when we work on our art journals and stuff, we have a background or mixed media and you end up covering the whole thing anyway, right? So I have this little cat. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, this here, I would like to get rid of where it says from 100% repurposed aluminum cans and this Wheatland wares. The Made in Virginia can stay and the Rethink, Reuse, Recycle, Re-Ink can be used, but I need to, let me see. This came off of a package. It says variety of options. What does this say? Convenient and easy. Would that cover that? Let me see. Easy variety of. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll put those on there. I'm getting everything's green. I'm realizing here, but let me see what else I have. Oh, I see. That came off of a Hello Fresh something. This must have been a flyer that they sent because it looks like it's, yeah, so that must have come off a Hello Fresh flyer. Anyway, so it just turned out that when I called my insurance company when I got home, they were super nice, and they recommended a body shop that's up in the town I was actually coming from. she said, let me see if there's something near you. And then she started laughing. She's like, there's nothing near you. I said, yeah, that I live in a rural county. That doesn't surprise me. So anyway, they recommended, like the first shop they recommended, I said, fine, I'll go there. And I did go there, and those people were just as nice as can be. And I made an appointment with them, and they said, well, just go ahead and make a appointment with Enterprise Car Company, car rental, because they will come and get you from the body shop. So, like, they would come and pick me up and take me to go get my car. So I was like, okay, that's good, because that's such a hassle, right? So anyway, I made the appointment, and when I went in to go get it done, I made it for like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was going to drop my car off at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I made the reservation for Enterprise at 8 o'clock in the morning, thinking it would be easier for them to come get me, you know, rather than, you know, when they're full swing during the day. If they can come first thing in the morning, they probably wouldn't be so busy, and it would be easier for them to get me. And I'm thinking, you know, it's a little Enterprise office or whatever. Well, I'm sitting there waiting for Enterprise, and in walks the guy I hit. And I looked at him. I said, do you recognize me? He's like, I do now, I guess because of where we were. And again, I apologized, and I said, because he was also getting a rental car, I said, please, you know, tell them to take care of him first. I will wait. He needs to get his car first before me, because I still felt so bad. And it just so happened that Enterprise, there was a third lady there who needed a rental car from Enterprise. So what they had done, I mean, before I even said, please serve this guy first, was that they drove his car over. How did that work? There must have been two people, because they brought him his car. And then, yeah, there were two people. They brought him his car, and then the guy from Enterprise picked me and the other lady up and took us to their office to get our cars, and which wasn't far away, but it's huge. I mean, they've got all these employees, and here I am worrying about, gee, I hope they can come get me at 8. I better make my appointment at 8. I mean, they've got a staff of people who drive cars back and forth to places, so I didn't have to worry about that. But, you know, it was my fault, and I'm always worrying about inconveniencing everybody else. So anyway, he got his car, you know, he was fine. And they told me a week and a half for the rental. I dropped it off on Tuesday morning, Tuesday morning I dropped it off. By Friday, my car was done. And so was his, because when I went to go pick up my car first thing in the morning, and the other thing was I could leave the rental car. They said, just leave the rental car, they'll come get it. So I'm like, oh, that made it even easier. I'm not sure where to put this kitty cat. Maybe I'll put him here so his little arms are on this recycle thing. So I'm going to do that. So anyway, when I went to go pick up my car and drop off the rental car, the guy said, there's Mr. Blank's car. I'm not going to say his name. There's his car right there. His was just going to get washed. So he was getting his car back the same day I got mine back. So it all worked out okay. But man, I'll tell you what, even that stupid little fender bender like that, it makes me so nervous to drive now. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, and I'm like, when I stop my car, I'm like 15 feet from the car in front of me. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And when I look in my rearview mirror thinking, stop, 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 you know. Anyway, that was my trauma, and it was traumatic for me, like I said, because I had never caused an accident before, and this one was my fault. So, look how cute that is. And you know what? I guess it's fun that it's green, because doing trash journals is green, right? It's a green thing to do. So I'm just going back here where these holes are. I can see these holes, so I'm just going to go back in here and repunch so that I can go through to the front. Okay. And like I said, use an awl or a pokey tool or something else you have. There we have this, like that. Oh, I like that. Okay, because like I said, I want this book, to look as good as possible, but only using trash. So no other stuff. My other journals, I allow myself to use old calendars or magazine pictures, because to me that stuff is trash, but for this one I'm just using trash and nothing else. So we're just going to put that on there. And I'm just tying these real loosely so that if you have the tied binding like this, it is very easy to lay your pages flat when you're working inside. But now that I've done this page, I'm thinking maybe I will take the pages out and work on them all the way to the edge and then repunch the holes. But see how nice and flat it works. It works when you have a tied binding like this. It's like when you have the book ring binding, but I can't use book rings because they're not trash, right? Okay, that's it. That's going to be my first page right there. Convenient and easy. A variety of options, made in Virginia. And I think that's cute. And I like the fact that it's green because it is a green project. So, yeah, so this is the start. Now this one I will be taking back to the house because this is the one that's replacing Big Girl right now. And which is fine because with Christmas coming up, I'll have December daily videos and all kinds of other projects to do for December. So I don't need necessarily another big trashy right now, but I will promise I will be saving stuff over Christmas. Not necessarily Christmas theme, but saving all kinds of packaging over Christmas so that I can make another big trash journal to complement this one for the house. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do, and welcome to all my new subscribers. I hope you find some inspiration here. And guys, until the next video, as always, I hope you are all truly blessed. Bye-bye.